What's good, people? It is Tony the Savant. And before we get started, please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel. As well, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to hear what you all have to say about these topics. And ladies and sports fans, and gentlemen, we are covering an ALDS Game 5 matchup between the Cleveland Guardians and the Detroit Lions, and this was one for the ages, ladies and gentlemen. Now, disclaimer, I've said this in my prior baseball videos. Um, I have not really been following baseball as closely as I should have this past season. I was following my White Sox, but if you've been watching any kind of MLB this season, you know that the White Sox have been stinking it up, and we set the record for the most losses in the MLB season. Not something I'm proud of at all, for sure. But as we was losing some more along the way, and other sports events was happening, I kind of lost track of what was going on in the MLB season. But I was able to catch up, do a little research, find out what was going on nowadays in these Major League Baseball playoffs, and it's not been upsetting at all. As today we got again a Game 5 matchup between the Detroit Tigers, happenstance, and the Cleveland Guardians, formerly known as the Indians. Um, and this was a good game. But just to make sure I'm doing my due diligence, I've been reading a few articles, of course, watching the game, but I'm not very familiar with who all of these characters are. All these guys are. Some of their names are very difficult for me to pronounce. But we are learning. So I'm going to read this article that I found. I believe it was from, who is this? AP News. As they covered the game very well. Reading over at ESPN. Let's see. Let's do ESPN. Let's read the ESPN article. Uh, I think ESPN did just as good of a job. But anyway, off the top, Lane Thomas. This brother hit a grand slam, a go-ahead grand slam that put the Cleveland Guardians up. I believe it gave them the lead for sure. Excuse me. Now, today we was watching some college football as this game went down on a Saturday. So we had some epic football games as well. But I was able to kind of flip around the channel and check in when I could. And when I did, Lane Thomas had just knocked one out of the park. I believe he said the home run was for 417 feet. So very impressive, very impressive. And it reminds me of the New York Mets game the other day when Francisco Lindor hit a grand slam as well. So let's just read this article and we can get a full scope of what went down in this game. And it starts off as for the third time in less than a month, the Cleveland Guardians made a semicircle in the middle of their clubhouse and emptied champagne and beer bottles on each other as Rocky Top blasted through the speakers. The choice of music is unique, so is this team. The Guardians are an October surprise. Lane Thomas, as mentioned before, hit a grand slam off Detroit ace Tariq Skubal, and the Guardians, who have won with timely hitting and a shutdown bullpen all season. Following that script for a 7-3 victory over the Tigers in Game 5 of the AL Division Series on Saturday. Next up for Cleveland is the New York Yankees, in an AL championship series between two teams that have crossed paths 6 previous times in the playoffs. The last time these two teams met was in 2022, with the Yankees taking their ALDS in 5 games. Game 1 is Monday in the Bronx. With their $109 million payroll, the Guardians are an oddity among baseball's Final Four. The little guys taking on the big spending Yankees, Mets, and Los Angeles Dodgers. It's Cleveland against the world. We're playing a very, very good Yankees team. And Guardians first year manager Stephen Vogt said Cleveland Guardians first year manager Stephen Galt. We've seen them in the regular season. This is one of the most talented teams in the league. We know we have our work cut out for us. Thomas, Thomas had 5 RBIs for the Guardians, who weren't expected to contend this season, but they won the tough AL Central under Vault, giving the franchise a chance to stop a World Series title drought stretching to 1948. We're a step closer. Anytime you're a step closer, the more you want to win. All-star third baseman Jose Ramirez said through an interpreter, and we want to win for this city. The Guardians had to take down Scooble, the front runner for the AL Cy Young Award, to keep it going. The left-hander had not given up a run in 28 consecutive innings. Impressive. 17 in his postseason before the Guardians tagged him in the fifth for 5 runs, tying the most he allowed in 2024. They wanted to face him today, Balk said. And if you don't show up fully confident that you're going to win, you don't show up to the field. That's been our approach all year, and we're not going to give up now. And the article continues to read. That brought up 3170. Okay. Now, sorry guys. The article continues on from there, but as you can see, the Cleveland Guardians are the David in this final four of MLB playoffs. As mentioned in this article, the New York Yankees advanced, the New York Mets had advanced, and also the Los Angeles Dodgers have advanced. So a lot of impressive teams. Some of the teams that I've, I'm going to just say this as someone that's followed baseball casually, in some spurts in my life. I've always kept tabs on the Yankees, always kept tabs on the Dodgers, of course my White Sox, and maybe like the St. Louis Cardinals. Those are the teams that I've always had like a favorite player or two on. And so I've always paid attention to them. And it's very, like I said, I was very impressed to see the Yankees still in the mix, as I know it was a few years there that they were stinking it up and wasn't making it into the playoffs. Glad to see the Bronx Bombers relevant. But as we continue on in this championship series on both the National League and American League side, I will be giving full updates, highlights, stats, all that good stuff. It'll be a lot easier for me to track down these 4 teams than and over the course of 7 games. So it's a 7 on both sides. Got about 28 games max left. Be a lot easier to track that than keep up with all of the teams in their 160 plus games. So I will be delivering this news. Once again, congratulations to the Cleveland Guardians. Very impressive win. And we'll see who can duke it out and make it to the 2024 World Series. But that's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like the video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content and going live on the channel as well. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel as I drop content daily, go live daily, stay very busy on the platform. And last but not least, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, as I'm always intrigued to hear what y'all got to say about these topics. I am Tony the Savant. Peace.